Today I'm going to share with you guys the biggest mistake that I've ever made in graphic design, in combination with 3 stories roughly relating to graphic design that happened to me in my life. Also today, Welltory is sponsoring today's video, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what Welltory is and how it can benefit your health, your life, and your graphic design workflow. So stick around until the end to hear about the Welltory app and improve your fitness and your well-being. What is up, people? Welcome back to Satori Graphics, the home of graphic design content right here on YouTube. So today, 3 stories that happened to me in my life that roughly revolve around graphic design and what I actually learned from those situations that happened to me. Also, remember at the very end of the video, I'm going to show you guys the Welltory Wellness app, which will really help your fitness and your overall well-being in your life. So the first story in today's video took place in 2010. Basically, I'd finished university and college, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. But I did know one thing. I didn't want to stay where I was living at the moment, and that was my home country of England. Now, I was kind of like getting into Buddhism and meditation and the Zen life and all that kind of stuff. So I Google searched the highest density of Buddhists of any country, and Thailand and Sri Lanka popped up. And so I decided to go to Thailand pretty much on a whim, and I took one friend with me. Now you have to remember that I was 20 at this stage. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I'd never been to Southeast Asia before, so I had no clue what was in store for me when I actually touched down in Thailand. At the time I couldn't speak any Thai at all, and my friend could speak a tiny bit as he'd been there before on holiday, but he basically didn't know anything as well. We were just 2 dumb English guys jumping into a situation headfirst, not having a clue what was going on. At this point I'd started kind of freelancing using websites such as peopleperhour.com and had all of my work from university and college on my laptop. Now this is the point of the story. I didn't back up my work anywhere else apart from my laptop. So after a few weeks of moving around to different places in Thailand and just getting used to the culture, we settled down in a town in the middle region of Thailand, just south of Bangkok. And I can't remember what day it was exactly, but I had my laptop with me in my rucksack, and I was walking around town just exploring and stuff like that. So I managed to muster up quite a thirst, and so I stopped at a Burger King just to get something to drink. Now this Burger King in particular has a few tables and chairs outside of the Burger King. I sat down with my drink, and I was by myself and I was just on my laptop. So of course, I'm in a foreign country, a third world country. I'm just sitting there outside of Burger King on my Apple MacBook. And then suddenly 2 middle-aged women were sat in the table in front of me, turned around and started to engage in conversation. Like I said, I'm 20, I'm really naive, and to be honest, I was really stupid back then as well. I didn't have a clue what was going to happen. If I did, I wouldn't have stayed sitting there, that's for sure. So one of these women explained that their niece was going to come and join them with her friend, and that was her birthday, so they were celebrating it and they wanted to go somewhere. I remember her niece and her friend coming. I think they were like 18, 20, something like that. But after that, things kind of got a bit hazy, and to cut a long story short, I woke up in a hotel. Well no, it wasn't even a hotel, it was just like a guest house. My Apple MacBook was gone, completely gone, and my wallet, I used to have my wallet, but there was no money in it. So they were kind enough to leave me my wallet and also my cards, but the money was gone. They were gone, my laptop was gone, and more importantly, all of my work was gone. I figure I lost around 95% of my work at that point, which, as a designer, you probably can understand how that feels. And of course it was my own fault, I was naive. I figured they drugged me or something because for the next few days, I was like a zombie. I was completely out of it. And I managed to kind of like let go of losing my laptop and the money quite easily. But the work, and that really niggled at me and taught me a lesson, and that is to always back up your work in more than 2 locations. So now I have 2 external hard drives, and I also use Dropbox for a lot of my stuff as well. So story number 2. This takes place actually back in university. And if you've actually been on a graphic design course in university or college, you might have had to work in teams on a project. Now we were given a brief that was actually for a real client in the town, and we had to design a poster promoting the use of CCTV cameras in the town area. Now I think we were in like 3 or 4 different groups, and I was in a group of 5 people. Now this project would run over 2 weeks, and me and my team were really getting into it. We were brainstorming ideas, all these different ways to come up with a design solution. But in the end, we decided that one person would do some sketching, one person would do the layout, one person would focus on typography. And that's how we operated on this project. Now, as the project came to an end, we were really confident. My team was like, You're looking at a design all the time like, wow, we've actually designed this. This is amazing. You can't believe it. And by the way, the winner would have their poster put up around town. So it was a big deal. You know, we were graphic design students. And of course, you want your work to be seen and you want it to be everywhere. But anyway, I remember my friend, he was 100% sure that we were going to win. He was walking around so confident, like, yeah, we're going to take this. It's in the bag. We won it. So it came to the actual final day to hand in the projects. And we had to wait for the client, which was actually the council of the town, to get back to us to tell us which design was actually going to be used, if any. So the big day came when we were going to find out whose design was going to be chosen. Of course, my team is sitting there like, we've got this in the bag, it's a shoo-in, you know, it's a done deal. And a different team won. I was actually okay with this, you know, it wasn't too bad. Our design was still really good and we got a good grade on it. But then we looked at their design. I don't know if you can remember this, guys, but like the old Apple iPod adverts, where you have like a silhouette of a person dancing and it's just like really vibrant, bold colors. This team literally took that concept and put it onto their design, just using like vibrant block colors and silhouettes. And that got them the win. That got them their design on the posters. So I guess the moral of that story is never to be too confident on your work. Of course, confidence goes a long way and it's really useful, but don't be too confident. And also, the most intricate and detailed design is not always the one that wins. Simplicity does have a huge hold on what works and what doesn't work in the design world. Okay, so the third and final story happened around a year or two after I got drugged and my laptop was stolen. Now I was freelancing quite hard at this stage, you know, I was hustling, I was getting clients quite often. I was really chuffed with myself because my portfolio was getting back up there since I lost everything. And in fact, I think losing everything might have been like a blessing in disguise, because it gave me the opportunity to completely reshape and rebuild myself as a graphic designer in portfolio terms. But anyway, I got this client from peopleperhour.com who wanted a logo design for a radio station in Canada, I believe. The price tag for this was $280, which is quite a lot. Even for now, that's quite a nice price tag for a logo design. But back then I was completely chuffed, you know, I was over the moon, like wow. But this person decided to negotiate the deal outside of any freelancing website. Again, I was naive, I was stupid, I didn't know any better. I didn't even ask or negotiate a deposit or any kind of contract or anything like that. I guess I just saw the money and just went to it, thinking, oh, nobody's going to do me wrong, nobody's going to cheat me out of money. Everybody in the world is a good person. And so I carried on designing the logo. I spent a good week or maybe a week and a half on coming up with concepts, reworking those concepts and, you know, refining everything for the client. And I think I even sent the final design to him before having any money sent my way. Like, how stupid can you get? I sent him the final design, and then he went silent. You know, there was nothing from him. Didn't hear a single word, no messages, no interaction, nothing. That's when I started to worry. I spent a lot of time on this logo design. He finally messaged back saying, oh, I'm gonna sort the money out for you in a couple of weeks. It's okay, dude, don't worry. I knew what was going on at this stage. I knew what was gonna happen. So basically I had to cut my losses and run with my tail between my legs because, yeah, I got hurt pretty badly on that one. It's a lesson learned, and for a lot of my life I've had to learn stuff the hard way, and this is no exception. I'm sure many people have made this mistake in graphic design, and there are people out there who will con you and who will take your money. People out there who don't care about you or your time. So beware of people like that, because they do exist. Always get a contract or a deposit up front before you start doing any work at all. I always take 50% deposit on any designs that I make these days. Now I'm going to show you guys the Welltory app, which is a really cool and really unique way to keep track of your well-being, your fitness and your stress levels only using your phone. Welltory is a data-driven wellness app that lets people measure their body's performance, stress and energy levels. The app tracks heartbeat by monitoring changes in the blood vessels of a user's index finger with a phone camera. Then it runs the data through heart rate variability algorithms in order to calculate the results. Welltory measures your levels of stress, energy and recovery potential using a smartphone camera. Welltory also gathers data from Apple Health and 50 other fitness devices and apps. Paid subscriptions provide users with the full access to trackable wellness programs that address real-life problems like sleep disorders, procrastination, anxiety and fatigue. This is especially crucial for us graphic designers. Sitting all day at a computer working has various negative repercussions on mental and physical health, and thus our well-being. It's important to take care of your fitness and your health to match alongside your workflow. Welltory is a great way to keep track of your well-being with the use of your phone only. You can download the application for free, or you can use the paid version with wider access to all the features. So check the links in the description below, guys, and download Welltory today. So there were 3 stories that happened to me and loosely based around graphic design. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comment section below. And if you did like it, go ahead and drop a like. I'm going to be back on Thursday with another graphic design tutorial, so be sure to check that out. And until next time, design your future today. Peace.